good morning, and welcome to The Good Life. It's Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind.
We live in a good life. Good life. In a different lane.
We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and The Good Life Relationship Tuesday is brought to you by Gentili Italian Pie. So don't forget, today is $2 Tuesdays on tap at 4706 Paris Avenue. That is home of the Family Happy Hour with $5 wings, $5 personal pizzas, and $5 drink specials. That is Tuesday through Thursday at 3 to 7 p.m. That's dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. And we have a special announcement for Gentili Italian Pie today, because today is the second Tuesday of the month. And the second Tuesday of every month, there will be a 10% of all proceeds will go to St. Augustine High School. So all you purple out there, all you knights out there, make sure that you go to Gentili Italian Pie at 4706 Paris Avenue, because 10% of the proceeds today will go to St. Aug. You just have to mention St. Aug to your server, and 10% will go to continuing the legacy of the purple. So make sure you go out there and visit. And $2, I can't even get it. I'm kind of excited. The $2 on tap Tuesdays. I know I like Angry Orchard. That's my issue. But Uche, what other beers do they have for $2 Tuesday?
Blue Moon, Angry, Abita.
My favorite, Angry.
Rebirth, 7th Street Wheat. Blonde, Dos Equis, Corona, Heineken, Bud Light, Coors Light.
So for $10, you could kind of get a taster, kind of.
You can just gambit.
You could literally run the gambit for $10. So y'all, when you're out there today supporting St. Aug, just mention St. Aug, and 10% of your proceeds will go to St. Aug, and we really want to help continue the legacy of the Purple Knight. So make sure that you go out there, because that is the good life. And we also have a very special announcement today. I know I made a lot of noise. Are y'all excited?
Yeah, what is it though? I be wanting to get to the point. What is it?
The Good Laugh. Everyone out there, all the listeners, you've been asking for this. Harold, one of our favorite listeners that calls in, you've been asking for it. So we have put it together, and it has come to fruition on January 29th. The Good Laugh. Relationship Tuesday is going up on a Friday. It sets off at Bullets, which is 2441 AP Turo, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. So get your pens out. thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. That's thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday, is presented by the Good Life Radio Show, featuring Stand Up Nola, combining Relationship Tuesday with the crew, Eileen, Uche, Brian, Henry, and Ty, and Fridays, the Good Laugh Comedy Hour with comedians Tony Frederick, Matt Owens, and CJ Hunt. The Good Laugh is comic relations. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Come get your relationship questions answered live. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Stand Up Nola will say everything that they can't say on air, and tickets are on sale, and they're going fast. So make sure you purchase them now on thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. You can go to any of our social media sites. That's the Good Life Radio Show on Facebook or Twitter, and you can click the link, and you can get your tickets today. And it's the 29th, y'all, so there's a countdown. Are y'all excited?
Yeah, that's a whole nother level right there.
Didn't we say?
Yeah.
We're taking this to another level?
That's right.
We're taking this to another level in 2016, so you get to see Uche, Ty, Henry, and Brian up close and personal, and they will not have a filter. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of scared. And you get to hear everything that goes on a commercial break. Ty, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
I'm scared. Uche, y'all kind of quiet this morning. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all done missed me since this past week? No?
Man, I'm tired.
What have you been doing like that?
I'm tired.
Oh, never mind. I don't need to even know. Long story short, make sure you buy your tickets online now, thegoodlife.brownpapertickets.com, because that is the good life. We're going to get into the conversation today of layaway relationships. Why are you laughing already? It's the truth. Stop letting people put you on layaway. When they're all into you one minute and the next they aren't so much into you. They kind of tuck you away for that rainy day. Stop letting them put you on the side. It's time to press delete. It's time to really take those steps and release them. It's a negative, toxic relationship, and it's time to do it. And it's funny, I was reading this relationship tip, and it said, "Dear ladies, you should never need to prove to other women that he's in love with you. That's his job. Don't be on layaway." Henry.
I think a lot of folks who continue to endure those kind of things have a low self-esteem. You know, when you don't realize your self-worth and, you know, you just kind of put up with anything. And if you feel like that's the best you can truly do is, you know, be on layaway and feel like a toy that comes out of the box and gets put away whenever, you know, it's time to not be played with anymore, then, you know, that's really the best you could do, then that's fine. But, you know, if you really value yourself and if you look at your situation and you feel like, you know what, I'm better than this.
Like Uche says, I can do better.
I can do better. You can climb out of it. And, you know, men and women have been victims of this as well.
Yes.
It's not just, you know, women that go through that.
No, absolutely not.
You know, I think we've all probably been through that at some point or another.
Right. And think about what a layaway plan is. You know, it's when they're able to contribute something, they go do it.
Yeah.
And then they step back.
I think you get a time limit too on a layaway
And you do,
plan.
right, exactly. So why don't, if it is a layaway relationship, why don't you put a time limit on it?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to see if this works for this amount of time, and after this, I'm going to step away.
Yeah.
I'm going to back it up.
Well, Henry, I practice a little something. You know, that buy that outfit, you don't like it when you get home, you go return it. You know, you return it the next day. So I don't do the layaway, but I will return it.
policy.
Return policy. And I might wear it for a night and return it the next day, you know?
Leave the tag on, you know.
I dig
Make
that.
sure you don't sweat it out.
Yeah.
That's awful. That's awful. Ty, layaway relationships.
I would have to agree with Henry. You know, sometimes, you know, what we or anyone would accept and or tolerate in a relationship is a reflection of what they believe that they deserve. I think there's a certain degree of self-love that one must have for themselves in order to be able to quickly come to the realization and the conclusion that, no, you know, I do deserve better. And so I think, you know, when we discuss, you know, Tuesday after Tuesday, the various different topics that we discuss, you know, there's a reoccurring theme about being in tune with yourself and who you are and your emotions and your feelings and what you know is best for you as an individual. So, you know, a lot of it starts with you.
Right.
So
Love
are you
yourself.
working on you?
Right. That's the question, Ty. One of my songs, Kendrick Lamar, I love myself. Brian, you look deep in thought.
Yeah, I'm deep in thought. Good morning. So when I think about layaway, the process of layaway is always to ultimately make the purchase, right? I mean, you put it in
Right,
layaway
yeah.
with the intent that at some point you're going to take it home and keep it. And so one of the things I think about is, first and foremost, you got to understand if you're on the layaway plan or if you know leasing with the option to buy, you know what is the contractual obligations. But I think as Ty just said, when you know your worth and you know your value, you won't get put on the layaway plan, because the thing with layaway is that I can ultimately invest a little bit in it, see if I want it, and then say, you know what, you could put that back on the shelf. And so I think that really stems from the fact that so many people just don't know what they want in a relationship, or they're really, I say really the way I think, people are afraid to ask what they want.
Wow.
So if I ask what I want and I get it, then I got to stop playing all these other games and doing all this other stuff I'm doing.
Hello.
So I'm going to not say what I want, and I'm going to hopefully, you know, play around with it, and one day maybe I'll slip up and get what I want. But, yeah, I just think layaway is for folks who, you know, they're hoping that they get what they want in the end. But a lot of times you just tell somebody what you want in the beginning, you'll get what you want.
You'd be surprised.
But wait, Brian, going back to that point, I think that's you said something very profound there. You know, people don't even know what they want.
Yeah.
And so they just play around, but when they actually get something that they want, they put their hands up like, oh, well, I wasn't really ready for it yet.
Well,
Layaway is about convenience. That's all it's about, is you conveniently being able to pay for something how you want it. If you want to translate that into a relationship in layaway, you're conveniently doing what you can get away with. One day you might pay the layaway off, You might leave it at the store, but whatever is convenient for you at that time is what's going on. And the person that's in the person that is the layawayer is really in the power position because the layawayee is sitting there waiting. So the person in layaway is like, I deal with you when I want to deal with you, to go like this, to go like this. And the layawayee never really has anything to say.
And really, when you think about it, the thing with a layaway plan is that you know the terms of the conditions of the contract. So you know I have to pay so much so often. So I could be late sometimes, and I can wait till I'm in default or if I'm about to be in default. So it becomes interesting because I might have to only take you to the movies once a month. Well, you know, we talk about this Valentine's Day coming up. So I think the thing is always, if you're not with that person on Valentine's Day, you the side piece, right?
Okay, the question, were you with them for Christmas? Were you with them for New Year's?
Well, here's the thing. Also, thank you. Also, in that convenience plan, because that's what it really is a convenience plan is that the layawayee has to sit there and be like, well, you got me sitting here, but I see you buying other clothes somewhere else. Why you can't pay for me? Mm-hmm. But as a layawayer, it's like, because you're convenient. Yep. And you have to pay for that convenience. And that's the part that the layawayee never understands is that, look, let's translate it in a relationship. Man dealing with you because it's convenient to deal with you. You're not making it inconvenient. As long as you're making it making it inconvenient. As long as you're making it convenient, the terms apply.
Ty got something.
Oh no, I'm sitting here, I guess, smiling from ear to ear at the fellas. Hoping that my sisters are listening.
Right.
For those, who may find themselves, in such a situation and or who have been,
2 out of 10,
and have come out of. But that's real. That's really real. And what I hear is there's something about you or this relationship where I'm not ready to fully make a commitment. Mm-hmm. But yet I can get all of the perks and all of the benefits as if I had you and you were mine and we were committed.
That is the other side of the contract of a layaway convenience contract.
Is that the small print?
Yeah. Because but think about it though. If I'm on layaway, in essence, I'm no longer on the shelf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do get some benefit because I say, girl or dude, look, bro, I'm almost there.
But you get to get put back.
Well, but that's the facade, though. But that's the facade.
But nobody else can come get that.
Right. So I'm behind that glass. I'm up on that shelf, right? And I got a little sticker on me saying, soon to be purchase complete. Or I think so. Right, I think that might happen. Or even if you go into some consignment stores, they got that sign on it that says sold, but you still in the store.
Right.
So if I decide I don't want this furniture piece, I might come and say, hey man, look, I measured the crib and this don't fit the new house, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a refund on that.
Wait, Brian, what about the other part of layaway is this?
It didn't fit in my room properly.
No.
It wasn't the right dimension.
You bought the layaway.
Right.
Look.
Dimension.
High five.
Look, Brian. Went and bought the suit, went and bought the 44 long suit, but I ain't no 44 long no more. I'm a 48 long now. So I can't fit the suit no more, so therefore, let it just stay in the store.
Right.
Mm.
And you might just stay in the layaway area because what might happen is I might, man, you know what? I might lose that weight.
But you know what? I think that I think everyone at some point in their lives will be a layaway and a layawayer.
Right, absolutely.
To go back to, really, I really do because
that's how you build your credit.
Some of us as women, we see a guy and he's in a nice suit and he drives a nice car and he appears to have a nice job and he seems to check off everything on this superficial list.
You got to pay for me. You got to pay for me on the spot.
Let me finish. This superficial list, but then when we pull a couple of layers back, he lacks every bit of substance that you would hope he would have. Where's his moral and spiritual?
Pay me what you owe me.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we're going to discuss the signs that you are in a layaway relationship, either the layawayer or the layawayee. What are those signs? What does it look like? We're going to do that when we get right back. This is Good Life, y'all. Relationship Tuesday. Tuesday is going up on a Friday. Sets off at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday, is presented by the Good Life Radio Show, featuring Stand Up Nola, combining Relationship Tuesday with the crew, Eileen, Uche, Brian, Henry, and Ty, and Friday's The Good Laugh Comedy Hour with comedians Tony Frederick, Matt Owens, and CJ Hunt. The Good Laugh is comic relations. Buy your tickets online now. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Come get your relationship questions answered live. Stand Up Nola will say everything we can't say on air. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are going fast, so purchase online now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com.
Do you still smoke? Does your doctor say you should quit? You know you should, but you just can't. You may have tried before and think it's too hard or too expensive. And you're not alone. At Auctioner, we can help. We're offering a free comprehensive program, a risk-free way to stop smoking. If you're a Louisiana resident who has been smoking since before September 1st, 1988, you're eligible for free over-the-counter and prescription medications, plus free office visits with a certified smoking cessation counselor and group counseling sessions. And you don't even have to stop smoking before you come in. At your first visit, we'll discuss your options and best treatment plan. To sign up and learn more about the Auctioner Smoking Cessation Clinic or find a convenient location, go to auctioner.org/quit.
Gentili Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Marabou for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Marabou in Gentili.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Hello, this is Reverend Samson Skip Alexander. Join me each Tuesday at 1 p.m. for Eyewitness to History. We'll discuss how things used to be in the good old days. Join us each Tuesday at 1 p.m. for Eyewitness to History, only on WBOK, 1230 a.m. Real talk for real time.
When it comes to the voice of the people, we're the choice of the people. New Orleans' own WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we are here to open your mind.
We live in a good life. Good life. We're living a good life.
I'm so glad I had, a contest, and Trumpet Black and Leroy Hill, submitted his song, Trumpet Black's The Good Life, or else I would have had Uche singing.
Luther Vandross in the studio.
We're living a good life.
There you go.
We need a good lifeline dance. Oh, we're gonna make up one, and we're gonna debut it January 29th. What do y'all think? Look at Ty's face.
I don't even know what a
that's
line
good
dance
idea.
is. What is that?
You don't know what a line dance is?
Oh.
Like step.
Henry look like I don't dance, man.
Nah.
Y'all are tripping.
Oh, were we getting back on subject? Because I really had something to say.
Well, actually, I have two announcements first, and one is about all of us. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday is going up on a Friday. Y'all have been asking for it, and now we have it. It's being presented by the Good Life Radio Show, featuring stand-up NOLA, combining the Relationship Tuesday with the crew, Eileen, Uche, Brian, Henry, and Ty, and Fridays, the Good Laugh Comedy Hour, with comedians Tony Frederick, Matt Owens, and CJ Hunt. The Good Laugh is comic relations, so make sure you buy your tickets online now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. That's thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Come get your relationship questions answered live. Stand Up NOLA will say everything that they can't say on air. Tickets are going fast, so make sure you purchase them now online at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. And speaking of what goes on during commercial breaks, this was a commercial break I wish everyone could have heard, because we're discussing relationship. Oh, what day? January 29th, Friday, January 29th at Bullets, 7 p.m. Doors will open at 6:30. Make sure you get there. There's no assigned seating, so you got to be there. And especially if you want to see us, shake hands, take pictures.
Address?
2441 AP Toro. Across the street from St. Aug, which coincidentally, today is $2 Tuesdays on tap at Gentili Italian Pie. And today, when you go and you mention St. Aug, 10% of the proceeds will go to continuing the Purple Night legacy. So make sure that you are at Gentili Italian Pie. And Uche, what are some of the beers on tap today?
Bud Light, Coors Light, Heineken, Corona, Dos Equis, Negro Modelo, all their Beta beers, and Nola Hopatulas.
And my favorite is Angry Orchard. So make sure $2 Tuesdays on tap at Gentili Italian Pie, which is 4706 Paris Avenue. That is today.
And $2 Yakami.
It's crazy. It is home of the only family happy hour, $5 wings, personal pizza, and drinks. Tuesday through Thursday, 3 to 7. Dine in or carry out, 504-826-9180, because that's the good life. And speaking of the good life, we were having conversations about layaway relationships and exactly what does that look like. We had an amazing conversation during the break, and I want them to repeat a little bit of it on air, and I know we're just going to go from there.
Look, if you don't know if you're in a layaway relationship, if you have an engagement ring and you've been engaged for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, you are in a layaway relationship. That's what it looks like.
Oh, my gosh.
Actually, bro, I'm going to go ahead and say, for real, if when you get engaged, if y'all don't have a date in mind to work towards, that's a problem. Yeah. Just being real. As a man.
Man putting you on layaway. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, as a man.
Ring. I don't have no plans on doing nothing with you.
You've been bugging the hell out of me, so I'm going to give you this ring.
Yeah.
That's going to shut you up and give me enough time to decide if I want to go ahead and complete this purchase. Now I say that because, data just shows that if you're actually engaged for more than 2 or 3 years, the relationship probably won't go to marriage. That's what the
stats show that,
That's what it says. If you're engaged for more than 2 to 3 years, the likelihood of getting married is decreased. The likelihood of you getting married is if when you get engaged, you all set a date for the wedding. And it could be it could be 2 years out, but if there's no date set when the engagement is proposed, then that becomes problematic. Now, what we was talking about during the break.
And at this age, to be perfectly honest, once you're in your 30s or more, in my opinion, past a year is too much. If you've decided you're getting married, then what is the holdup other than planning the wedding?
Well, and that's not to be confused with dating. Like, it's one thing to date a couple years, but once you decide marriage needs to be determined at that engagement point. So you can date 2, 3, 5 years, but when you say, hey, I want to marry you, I think it's time, that's when there needs to be a definitive date so that there can be a conclusion. And even then, at that point, it might come in and be like, you know what, I really love you now, but I realize, marriage not for me. So either can we continue this as partners, or is this where you need to say, no, I really want to be married and I'm out?
And then, too, I'm not a lawyer, but legally, this is what I do know for a fact. An engagement ring is a conditional gift. So if the person don't want to give it back, you can take them to court and you can get it back easy.
Yeah. I could tell you a story off air about engagement rings, but what we were talking about during the break, which I thought Ty made a great point, is that when it comes to thinking about relationships and layaway, and as Uche said, you're on a layaway plan if you don't have a definitive term and when this will end or when this will move forward. But it goes back to something we played with, as Ty said a lot. Where do you get your relationship model from? If your parents or close friends or great people haven't said that, then how are you supposed to know? So if you don't know what to do, you need to check with somebody and say, look, man, how do I know if I'm in a healthy relationship? How do I know if this is really what I should be in? Am I just a sex partner who can go to the movies every now and again? Or am I just a nice trophy piece? Or am I?
A lot of times people aren't listening to their intuition. You feel that gut feeling when something isn't wrong. If you feel like you need to check your man's phone, then you already have an issue. If you feel like you need to check your woman's phone, you already have an issue. If you're wondering where they are and they aren't telling you, I don't have a problem telling my man where I am. And I don't think any of y'all have those problems. If you're like, oh, babe, I'm going to be late tonight because I have to go do this. You don't have to run behind them. They offer information because that's what you do.
Sometimes low self-esteem is just good sound advice.
Exactly. Oh, my gosh. But speaking of engagement statistics, the average American engagement is 16 months. And every year there's an average of 2.5 million weddings are performed in the United States of America. So we have a lot of people who are getting married. But what's the breakdown in the communication and the actual leading up to it? What's the breakdown? Henry, my relationship therapist.
What do you mean about the breakdown? What you mean?
Well, we were talking here about the layaway, and so there's a breakdown if people are taking longer than.
Oh, you mean like
why?
Why is it not going to that? I mean, people, they really not being decisive. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you're putting a ring on somebody's finger. You're supposed to have a date in mind. You know, maybe not that day that you do it, but you should have an idea. And
did you have a date in mind when you proposed? And you asked your wife?
Ashley took care of that. She had a date in mind.
Right.
No, but to be honest with you, I felt like we should probably get married within a year. She wanted to wait 18 months, but it wasn't. It was a financial thing. She wanted the perfect wedding.
That's reasonable.
So, you know, she wanted it.
So there was a justifiable reason.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like.
Yeah, at first I was like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
What are we waiting so long for? Am I on layaway? Did I put myself on layaway?
Let's be very clear about this layaway situation. Let's be very, very clear. When you put something on layaway, you're basically going into a store. I put some furniture on layaway one time. Because I went into the store and I put it on layaway because I didn't want nobody else to buy it. That's why I put it on layaway. If they had many of them, then I wouldn't even worry about it. I was like, I'll just come back and get it. But the fact that was the last one and I didn't want anybody else to have it, that's why I put it on layaway.
So it's important somewhat.
It's important, but it's really not important. If there were many of them, I would never put it on layaway. I wouldn't have cared. But the layaway just has to do with, I don't want nobody else with it. And I'll string it out for a year, 2 years, whatever, because I don't want anybody else with it.
Then I might buy it and put it in storage.
You might not even buy it. You might not go back for it. And be like, so in a marriage, it's like, you know what? We've been doing this 4 or 5 years. You know what? You keep the ring.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
So what does it look like? We go ahead, Brian.
Uche just made a great point, which I think really nails it down. Everybody has some value. It's just a matter of whether or not you're being valued for what you want to be valued for. So, I see value in you, and I might like that in my life. But what you may want to be valued, so you might think you're a wife and that you could be my wife, but I might only see you as a very good friend.
Right.
And that might be the limits that I put on you. But, once again, that's the whole point. Sometimes we have active layaways who actively decide, you know what, I'm all right with this layaway plan because the benefits I receive are better than what I would get if I was actually purchased.
Well,
I hate to talk about people as though they're being purchased.
I know, but it's an analogy. It's an analogy that allows you to make the point that you want to make. But let me say this.
We pay for it all the time. We purchase it. We constantly purchasing. And those of y'all who think y'all not purchasing, what you did last night? You purchased. You purchased.
Okay. So I think Brian said something, that resonated with me about it's really more so about what you value in the other person and what you value in yourself and what you're looking to how similar or what each of you value in each other to bring together, I guess, a happy, healthy couple, right? And I think, something that I've noticed, once I guess I reached a point in my life was I would, after a couple of extended period of time, I would ask a guy, well, what do you like about me? What do you, and I would do it in phases where it's very early, which the answer typically fell into something about your physical attributes. You know what I mean? I noticed there was a pattern where it most often it would fall under physical attributes. And it reached a point in my life where, I was like, if you're into me because of my physical attributes, then that's when he got off of being on layaway and, I don't need to make any purchases.
He went back on the shelf.
He went back on the shelf, because I truly feel as though if
went to the outlet mall.
He got whatever it may be. But if you are with your other partner, for some, don't get me wrong, being attracted, you have to be attractive to your partner. I'm not disputing that or anything like that. I'm just saying sometimes if so much is invested in why you are with that person is because of their physical attributes, that poses a serious problem. Because one day you're going to be old, one day your hair is going to be gray, weight gain is inevitable. Lord forbid, you have the least amount of health challenges one could possibly have in their life.
Right.
But if that's why you're with me, that's not sustainable.
Exactly.
Lord forbid, I could get burned, third-degree burns, and then what? And in my life, I have dated, and even, we're talking we're a year in, and if you're still wrapped up on physical and you can't tap into, emotional aspects about who I am authentically and innately and down to my core, we have a problem.
We have a caller on line, too. We have Al on line, too. Welcome to the Good Life, Al. We're talking about layaway relationships.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And I guess I'm a little late with the calling in.
That's
because one of the fellows mentioned earlier about, you can date for, 3, 4, 5 years, which isn't the same as being on layaway. And that's what I wanted to call in about because my wife and I, we've been married 27 years. I dated her for 6 years before getting married, but it was a long-distance relationship. It got to the point where, we were traveling up and down the road, seeing each other, and it was like, no, we got to force this issue.
Right.
We got engaged. It was in January back in 88. We were married in August of 88 because we forced the issue. And since we were doing long distance, we wound up just going to a different state, Tennessee, and got married up there. But then we've been together for 27 years, but we forced the issue. We got tired of this. I guess we were on layaway, maybe not. I don't know, but
well, no, I don't think
where you have to do something.
No, I think that's exactly the point, sir, is that you all were dating and you came to the point you realized that this was not a layaway situation. You were like, wait a minute, no, we want this. We want this. And you made the hard choice. And I'm hearing you say y'all got married in Tennessee, so did y'all eventually move to the same place, right?
Right, that's correct.
Did y'all both move to the same place, or did one of y'all move?
We both moved. As a matter of fact, she quit her job. I quit mine. We both moved to Tennessee.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's good life right there.
That's good life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, Al. That's exactly the conversation that we're having. You believed in each other. You were open to love, and you made that step. And there was no gray area. You told her what you wanted. She told you what she wanted. And by action, you proved it to one another.
Yeah.
And so you grew trust in the relationship. But so many people don't do that. And they leave people hanging for so long, and they just give them that low-hanging fruit. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
So, if I can, and not that you have to share anything too personal, but what was necessarily the defining moment for you in terms of making that decision? That might help us and some of our listeners.
Oh, okay. Well, one thing for me, and she's not here at the house right now. She's out shopping. I'm hoping she's listening on the radio. But my thing was this. From my version of the story was this, that I couldn't do things here in New Orleans at the time. It was the early 80s, and the employment situation was pretty bad. I mean, I was working, but I wasn't really doing a lot. There was nothing I could do to offer her. We sat down and talked about it. It was like the only way I could do anything was to go somewhere else if I was going to provide. She was like, well, I can, her job as a teacher, she could, get a job anywhere, and that's what she did. It was like, I can't do for you here. We're long distance. This isn't working. I have to go somewhere else. And she said, well, Al, I put in too much time, so I got to go with you because I know I can work with you. I don't want nobody else. Let's do this. That's how the conversation went. It wasn't even a proposal, really. It was like, okay, this is what's happening, so let me put a ring on your finger. I'm not going to just shack up with you, so here we are. But we're engaged.
There you go.
In August, we're getting married, and that's what happened.
And that is the good life.
Congrats.
Thank you, Al, for your call, because I know that you touched someone out there and you opened their mind to living differently in the world. We're going to take a quick break. We're here on Relationship Tuesday, and we'll be right back.
Thanks.
Join us every Monday through Thursday for the Conscious Hour with Chuck Perkins, dedicated to the upliftment of black people and the destruction of false narratives that help to keep black people down. That's the Conscious Hour with Chuck Perkins on WBOK every Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to noon. Real talk for real times.
Gentile Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentile Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentile Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentile Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Mirabeau for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentile Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out, 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Mirabeau in Gentile.
Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday is going up on a Friday. Sets off at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday, is presented by the Good Life Radio Show, featuring Stand Up Nola, combining Relationship Tuesday with the crew, Eileen, Uche, Brian, Henry, and Ty, and Friday's The Good Laugh Comedy Hour with comedians Tony Frederick, Matt Owens, and CJ Hunt. The Good Laugh is comic relations. Buy your tickets online now. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Come get your relationship questions answered live. Stand Up Nola will say everything we can't say on air. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are going fast, so purchase online now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com.
You're on the move, and so is your bank. Liberty Bank now offers you the power to manage your money from the palm of your hand with mobile banking with Liberty Bank. Whether you need to check balances, transfer money, or view transactions, mobile banking at Liberty Bank allows convenient and secure access to your money. Enroll today at www.libertybank.net and download our mobile app. You can mobile bank at Liberty Bank to keep the power in your hands. Liberty Bank. There's freedom here. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Hi, this is Mary Ambrose, Senior Vice President for Community Impact at United Way. Join me every Tuesday from 10 to 10:30 for United Way and You, a program designed to inform you on how your United Way dollars are working in your community. We'll discuss community services, resources, and how you can give, advocate, volunteer to make your community a better place. So join me every Tuesday from 10 to 10:30 right here on WBOK 1230 AM, Real Talk for Real Times.
When it comes to the voice of the people, we're the choice of the people. New Orleans' own WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we are here to open your mind.
Why you bouncing?
I have a couple special events coming up that I want to tell you about. We have the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra to premiere Artistic Director Irvin Mayfield's latest original composition. That is Blank Lives Matter. January 21st through the 23rd. It's commissioned by the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra and created by Mayfield. The suite is a musical conversation focused on America's continuing acts of social injustice and issues with race relations. And guess what? The NOJO board member and award-winning journalist and producer Soledad O'Brien will be hosting it each night. So information about the 3 ticketed performances and related events are available at phnojm.org. That phnojm.org. That's the Blank Lives Matter premieres. And it begins at 8 p.m. each night. Doors will open at 3 p.m. You can purchase tickets at nojo.com or eventbrite.com. Use discount code WBOK20. That's WBOK20 as your discount code. And if any of our seniors are having trouble paying their electricity bill these months, you know it got cold out there, y'all. Today, Tuesday, January 12th, is Senior Day. That's over 60. Located at Uptown Rosenwald Recreation Center, 1120 South Broad Street. You know, they're going to need your documentation, your valid ID, your social security card, and proof of residence. And proof of all income must be reported. Please make sure that you're out there. Doors open at 9 a.m. That's Senior Day at Rosenwald Recreation Center, 1120 South Broad, if you're having problems and you need help with your utility bills. It's cold out there, y'all. We want to make sure our seniors are well taken care of, because that is the good life. Now, we're going to jump back into our conversation about layaway relationships. And I was reading here online that about 64% of couples live together before getting married. Many of the couples know each other at least 3 years or longer, including the engagement process, which is almost a year, year and a half. Yet many of these couples are likely to end up in divorce and marry again. So I know, Brian, you were talking about on one break saying that, why is getting married advantageous? These days, people, shack up, for a long periods of time, have kids, and feel like I don't want to have to go through drama of, the divorce or the breakup, because, they feel like they've seen it with their parents and it's something that they may not want to go through.
I think we've gotten to the point where, once again, I feel generational gaps create sometimes the disillusion of why young people do what they do. When the reality of it is, yes, most of us has watched our parents or friends of our parents or our friends go through divorces, go through relationships that just suck. And why would I do that? Why would I force myself into that situation when clearly I can maintain a certain level of happiness and independence, but also I can avoid the drama. I can avoid the problems. I can avoid the crazy breakup stories. I can say, you know what, look, I love you, I like you, but this ain't working no more. Or I can say, you know what, our time has ended. Thanks for the good times. Moving on. And I think older generations get, upset with us because we just don't believe what they believe sometimes. But many times is that we don't have good examples. I can't point to, I think of my great cousin who he and his wife were married until he passed, but they were years and years. I have several cousins, but I also know the problems that they've had in their relationships. Right. So when it comes down to it, it is a little bit easier to just have a very good, strong layaway plan that allows you the benefits of all the things that you want and the opportunity to dissolve that relationship when it's no longer beneficial.
To me, there's very odd statistics when you look at the fact that I don't know the exact number, but I believe a majority of couples who live together prior to getting married, they don't work out. And I don't know if it's maybe because, not to get all, religious, but maybe it is that you're not supposed to be having sex prior to marriage. Maybe it's because it's a sin. Maybe it's some type of punishment thing. I don't know, but I used to think that if you're going to get married to somebody, you should live with them for sure. I did it, okay. But one thing is I wanted to find out, can I deal with this person? Is this really what I want? It's pretty much like a trial run. Not
layaway plan?
Well, well, I guess you could look at it like that, in a way, but that was never my intentions, but I did want to know, you could love somebody and feel like, oh, they the greatest thing since sliced bread, but once you live with a person, then there's certain things that they can't hide, Yeah.
Let me stop tap dancing around this issue with layaway.
Go ahead.
The bottom line for the layaway when the layawayer wants to put you on layaway and you up on the shelf looking all pretty, he can't afford you in the first place.
Hello.
Stay on the shelf. Tell him keep it moving. Come back when you have all your money.
Not some.
Not some.
So as the layaway you have to know your worth. You have to know your value to be like, no, I'm not going to be out of season. You come get me right now.
And you know what? I think both men and women, through the dating and the courting stage, we have a tendency to do that. And, if we could move away, I guess, from this layaway analogy for a moment. When you're in the dating and courting stages, each of you guys are really dating each other's representative. Right. We really hadn't got down to really who you are. And I think the older you get, the more mature you get, the quicker you get down to just being yourself and being comfortable with being yourself and being in a space where if that person just doesn't like who I am, I'm good with it and we can move on. I don't want to waste your time. Please don't waste mine. Right. But I think what happens is people have a tendency to find attractive and or think that they have fallen in love with someone's representative. So that goes back to Henry's point about once you move in with someone, it takes a lot of energy to keep on pretending. It takes a lot of energy to keep a certain facade up. So I think the quicker you can get to let's peel all these layers back and know who you are, that's when, and I think what happens is people reach a certain point where they are no longer spending majority of their time with someone's representative and they truly get to know the person and they're like, nah, that's not what I want. And, you start to see, and it takes time for that process to naturally inevitably happen. And both men and women are guilty of, on the front end, projecting themselves to be somebody that they're not.
But I think what's funny,
a guy's going to make you feel like he's more, a guy's always going to, he's more financially stable than what he is. He has more going for himself. He's putting on what he believes this woman that he know he can't afford, per se. But if you're going to go back to the layaway concept,
isn't that part of the
he's
problem?
putting on that he could afford something that he really only could pay on a monthly basis as if she's layaway.
And isn't that the problem?
Yeah, that's the problem. But
Isn't that the problem?
And then a woman
therein
sits up
lies-
there and projects herself to be somebody that may be high maintenance, expensive, things of that nature. But
And you're not.
sometimes you got to roll it down and get practical. Do you cook? Do you clean? You know, how much of your household? You know, how much? Yeah, how much of your household and yourself are you able to manage and?
Are you sharing responsibilities?
Are you sharing
Are you
responsibilities?
at the head of the class?
And I'm not going in the direction the fellas
Are you
are
at the
going
head
in.
of the
You know, I'm
class?
just saying from a really practical standpoint, you know.
Y'all better come.
You know,
through.
Ty, I think
Good
that was
laugh.
going to be exactly where I went with that. Was at the end of the day, there's an article I posted to Eileen's page, so maybe we should put it up on being Eileen Carter. But it's about ghosting in our current generation and the fact that our relationships now have come down to very passive, aggressive, moving through relationships. So if I start dating you and I kind of like you, but I'm not sure how it's going, I might keep dating you, but then I might start dating someone else. And if they become more excited than me, then I just kind of ghost out of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now over here. So I take this apparitional state where I can be over here, and then if I don't like that, I can just reappear over here and say, yeah, you know, I got busy with work and da-da-da, so let's start dating again.
If they say they're busy, it's a lie. No one is that busy. They can send you a text. They can call you. If they're telling you they're busy, it's a lie. FYI, it's a lie. You're constantly busy and you can't say anything ever.
What if you're busy after 8 o'clock and you never answer your phone?
That means you have a wife.
Then be consistent with it.
If your woman had
Henry,
a
don't
meeting,
slip up and answer
If your
at
woman
10
had a
o'clock
meeting
one night.
and
Be
she was busy,
consistent.
okay. If your man had to go out of town and he was in
Man, I
meetings,
got that special
okay.
phone plan.
A regular
My phone
busy,
shut off at 8.
no. That is nonsense.
Man, people put up with what they want to put up with. That's what at the end of the day.
I think people. I think there's like my daughter's 17, and I have a tendency to find myself near some young adults under the age of 25, and I listen to them talk about men and the guys that they're dating and what they're experiencing, and I think the one reoccurring theme for young adults that I see is they're just not paying attention. They want to latch their men and women, the young men and women. They just want to attach their fingers into someone, because of some exterior reason, and really don't know them. And they want to invest so much of themselves.
But
and
that's
right
the
now,
survival. That's the survival instinct. Is that when you see someone that you think has value, grab a hold to them. Go ahead.
We're going to go to the lines real quick because we have about 2 minutes left on the show. Patrick, welcome to The Good Life.
Thank you, guys. I just want to throw this out there because you was talking right on it when you said maturity, you get past a lot of this. I have one recommendation. I think that young women should try to date an older guy once in her life, and a guy should date an older woman once in his life so that they can learn some different values at the tender age where it becomes important, because we've all heard the term, and we probably can relate, that youth is wasted on the young. And if I was smarter when I was younger, I would know a whole lot more. And I think when you get into an older relationship with somebody who's older, you can learn a little bit more, and that might help you when you're dealing with your other younger relationships that may be more permanent.
Tight.
Hello. Thank you.
Tight.
Thank you, Patrick, for your call. Thoughts? Closing thoughts?
I'll just finish with what I was going with, is that at the end of the day, it's a survival instinct in relationships. You latch on to who you think is most valuable, that will do the most for you in the relationship. And unfortunately, I think Ty made the point, is that it happens so quickly and without really paying attention that there could be so much greater that could happen, but you grab the first thing and then it becomes all kind of other stuff and you don't know what to do.
Know your worth.
Once you get out of the layaway plan and you all purchase or you make a purchase, realize that people change. So that doesn't mean, I got to throw this away. You have to really work on it.
You can't change it's male, female stuff. You can't change the man. The man's going to change for the woman. That's right for him. You can't change the man. As my men nod their heads.
I would say, be prudent. Prudent people are fruit inspectors. They give themselves the time to inspect and evaluate, and don't rush the process. Give yourself the time as long as it takes to fully, evaluate and learn about someone.
But 10 years is too long, right?
I would think so.
Go ahead, Uche.
Stay away from layaway.
Tight.
That's the good life. This is Relationship Tuesday. Make sure that you check us out on January 29th. We will be at Bullets. That is 2441 AP Toro. That is the Good Laugh. Relationship Tuesday going up on a Friday. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Tickets are online now. You can purchase them. They're going fast. That's thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. And make sure that you join us at Gentili Italian Pie. Today is $2 on tap Tuesday. You can taste all these beer for $10. Make sure you join us and mention St. Aug, because 10% of the proceeds the second Tuesday of every month will go to continuing the legacy of the Purple Knights. So make sure that you come out and visit us today, because that's the good life.